If any king passed on his womanizing genes, it was Henry IV of France. Hi guys, and welcome to another video of Historically. In today's video, we recreated the Les Mazarinettes, or what we call as the Kardashians of Versailles. A notorious lothario himself, Henry's grandson included the biggest ladies' man of the 17th century, Charles II of England, and of course, Louis XIV of France, the Sun King. Louis's conquests included the Kardashian sisters and cousins of Versailles, dubbed Les Mazarinettes. These 7 women seduced and married their way into the highest echelons of society. Cardinal Jules Mazarin was one of Louis's primary ministers, and probably the lover of his mom, Anne of Austria. Considering he was a churchman, he didn't have any kids of his own. Not that that stopped some clerics, but he wanted to advance his own family members. He did so by bringing his 7 nieces, who bore surnames of Mancini and Martinozzi, to court, starting in 1647, arranging the highest ranking of marriages and affairs for these stunning young ladies born minor noble women. Let's start with Marie Mancini, Louis XIV's first love. She was so gorgeous that the young king wanted to give up an arranged marriage to make little Marie his dance and singing partner, his queen. He was willing to give up nothing less than a political alliance with the Spanish for one woman. But despite the advantage it would bring his family, Mazarin knew politics demanded Louis marry his first cousin, Maria Theresa. Love be damned. The cardinal used all his power to convince Louis to do his duty by his monarchy and his country, which he eventually would do, reluctantly. Poor Marie was then married off to a powerful Italian nobleman, Lorenzo Colonna. Then there was Laura Mancini, whose marriage to one of the highest ranking noblemen in France was a political coup for Mazarin. According to historian Sharon Kettering, Louis, Duke of Mercoeur, was a grandson of the aforementioned Henry IV through a secret love child, of course, and Mazarin raised him even higher, making his nephew-in-law, who wed Laura in 1651, an admiral. Laura's sister Olympia, a strong-willed beauty who also flirted with Louis, married an Italian prince and gave birth to the greatest general, Prince Eugene of Savoy. Perhaps most famously, Olympia, who became a prominent noblewoman at Louis's court, was ensnared in the affair of the poisons. She was supposedly a client of the infamous witch and poisoner Lavoisin, supposedly attempting to kill her own hubby and one of the king's mistresses. The scandal led to her fleeing France. Interestingly, the Mancini sisters' father, Lorenzo, was really interested in necromancy and other magical arts, so this kind of stuff ran in the family. The other 2 Mancini sisters were Marie-Anne and Hortense. The former wed another important French nobleman and served as a patroness of the famous poet La Fontaine, though she too got caught up in Lavoisin's poisoning scandal. But Hortense was perhaps the most like Kim Kardashian of the 5 sisters, scoring the biggest prize of them all. She was the British King Charles II's official mistress after arriving at his court in 1675. Dark-haired and sultry-eyed, she was curvaceous and incorrigible flirt with men and women alike. Years before, the merry monarch wanted to wed Hortense, sound familiar, but he didn't have a kingdom at the time. In fact, every prince in Europe wanted her, but a creepy old guy wound up marrying her years later after leaving her spouse. Sexy, wild Hortense was a vibrant woman who seduced Charles. She played guitar and danced, gambled, and had flings galore with men and women, ranging from Charles and the Prince of Monaco to the King of England's own illegitimate daughter. Hortense also penned her own novelistic memoirs. So the Mancini girls got the best of what Uncle Mazarin had to offer. But what about their Martinozzi cousins? They didn't get the short end of the marital stick. One wed a distant cousin of King Louis, while the other became the mother-in-law of King James II of Great Britain. King James II of Great Britain. That's all we had for today. If you guys enjoyed, let us know in the comments what you want to see next. Check out our take on Empress Sissi of Austria.